So the scene is set for us. It's the third day after Avraham's bris. Avraham is, we're assuming he's in pain, but yet he's recovering. And he's sitting outside of his tent. He's waiting for people to pass by, travelers who normally pass by, and he invites them into his home because that's the home that Avraham and Sarah built. A home in which people can stop by and grab something to drink or lay down and rest before they continue on their journey. But today, no one is traveling on the roads because it's very hot outside. Why is it so hot? Rashi explains to us. Hashem made it particularly hot on this day. He made a chamsina heat wave. For what reason? So that Avraham would not be bothered with guests. God's intentions, Hashem's intentions here was that Avraham relax and not have to worry about entertaining anyone. The next thing we know, in the next pasuk, the Torah says that Avraham looks up and there are three men who are coming towards him. What happened? What happened to the plan that Hashem had, that the day would be so hot that no one would travel, and all of a sudden there are three men who are traveling, and Avram, of course, invites them in. So the answer is, as Rashi fills in the blanks for us, is that these three men, of course, were malachim, and Hashem sent them because He saw that Avraham was suffering. He was mitzvah. He was sad that there was no one who was coming to visit, that he didn't have the opportunity to fulfill the mitzvah of hachnasas orchim on this day. Now, what we probably see is a direct connection, as doctors say. One of the most important elements for recovery of a patient with an illness is a patient's attitude and approach. If a patient has a good attitude, then their chances for recovery are dramatically higher than if a patient gives up hope. So here, HaKadosh Baruch Hu wanted to ensure that Avram be happy and not sad, because being happy, of course, the emotional welfare and well-being of a person is tied to their physical well-being. So HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives in to Avraham and sends him malachim, sends him angels, and as a result, one of the angels, of course, his name was Raphael, and he was the one who healed Avraham. Avraham is healed after this interaction with the angels. But why did Hashem give in? Why did Hashem decide, okay, I'm going to send three malachim? So perhaps one can suggest that what HaKadosh Baruch Hu was really teaching us here was a lesson in Bikur Cholim and also a lesson in being a Chole. Abraham's approach to being sick was that he needed his routine. Avraham needed to be happy as he was every day. He needed to have a sense of fulfillment that he was doing something, and to him, number one on that list was welcoming other people into his home. And Avram basically said that if I'm not going to be able to be me, I'm not going to be able to feel better physically. So perhaps the lesson here that HaKadosh Baruch Hu was teaching us about Avraham was that this is how Avram approached illness. Now, not everyone could be the same way, but I think there's an important lesson for us and our community as far as Bikur Cholim when it comes to this idea. And that is, thank God we have a wonderful community that provides for people when they're going through difficulty and struggles and crisis and illness. And sometimes we give so much that the person who is struggling feels so overwhelmed by the outreach that we give to them. At the same time, we have to be very careful to respect the privacy of the individual that we're speaking about. Because sometimes people need to deal with illness, people need to deal with their own struggles in their own way. And while we're trying to help them, we have to understand that there is a boundary that we cannot pass over while respecting one's privacy and respecting one's wishes. A while ago, a person said to me, Rabbi, this community is wonderful and is providing food for my family, but I have to be honest with you. The way that I deal with my illness is by simply going through my daily routine. I need to be able to prepare and take care of my family by myself. So of course there is a balance between being there and helping those who are in need of our help, and at the same time respecting their privacy and their wishes. And that's an important lesson for Bikur Cholim. It's an important lesson for interpersonal relationships in life. It's important for us to do chesed as much as we possibly can, but at the same time respecting the privacy and the wishes of the person that we are helping. Thank you for listening, and have a good Shabbos.